If you're looking for anything to do with goals, you'll find that there's a lot of information revolving around goals. Not to mention, there's a lot of information on a variety of topics, but that still makes it very difficult to sift through what is actually relevant for you and what is just a waste of your time. So I want to be sharing with you guys my honest experiences with goals. And I feel that is the best way for me to be talking about how you can be listing off your own goals and setting your own goals so that you can achieve them. And just to add a little bit of background to my own experiences, I've been setting goals for about 2 years at this point, and I've gotten a lot of experience behind how I want to be setting my own goals and how I want to be structuring it and organizing it. And obviously that is my own personal preferences. And that's honestly some of the best information that I can share with you guys when it comes to goals and goal setting, is that some of these methods that you're going to be looking up, some of them are going to be relevant to you and are going to be incredibly helpful for you, and some of them are just going to be a complete waste of time. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys my own experiences, and again, your own experiences with applying this information will vary. Some of you will find that this information will be incredibly helpful for you, and some of it might not be that important for you or might need some adjusting. And that's okay. That's perfectly all right. So the first thing that I want to be talking about is how in the world do I set goals in the first place? And the easiest way that I can explain it is that I have a structure system put in place for setting my own goals. So how I go about this is that I break everything down into sections. So I have some really big goals that I want to be achieving. So that could be like some yearly goals that I want to be achieving. And then I go down to smaller time frames. So that could be like setting some goals that will take me a couple of months or several months. And then from there, I have some weekly goals that I set for myself and then go down to my daily tasks. So you see it, I already have some structure, and basically how I go about this structure is that I work backwards. I set some really big goals, and then I work myself all the way down to the daily tasks that I can be doing every single day to help me with achieving those goals. I think that is the best structure for me to be working, because I'm always someone that needs to know what the next step is. And it's very difficult for me if I do not know what that next step is. So setting some big goals and then working backwards is just a lot easier for me. The other aspect of my goal setting system is determining whether I should be telling other people about this. And for some of you, you might be finding a lot of research that says, hey, if you write down your goals and you talk about them to other people, you'll have better odds of success. And in some of those cases, I would say maybe that might be the case. For me, it didn't really work all that well for me. Actually, last year, I created monthly goal videos on this channel, and I've taken them down by this point, but I had a lot of difficulty with achieving my goals, because I was focusing more on just saying things as opposed to actually taking action and striving to achieve my goals. And this was just one of the ways that I was trying to hook people in. Not that I didn't really do a really good job with that, but at the same time, it's like that sort of element is present if you guys decide to go and do that as well. If you decide to talk to basically any kind of person out there about your goals that you want to be achieving. For me, I feel that they're a lot more personal and should be kept to a minimum with regards to how many people actually know the goals that you're striving for. I think that's really important, because that way you're focusing more on actually achieving the goal as opposed to trying to please other people and have that sort of element of publicity to it. But that is still a really important thing for you to be figuring out, because if you actually have like a really good support system, if you already have some people that are really invested in you and want to help you, then telling those people could be very helpful for you to achieve your own goals, because that way you have people that can keep you accountable and actually care about your work. And for me, I didn't really have that compared to where I'm at right now, where I do actually have a few people that I tell my goals to and are actually invested in ensuring that I achieve those goals. And the last element to goals that I want to be sharing with you guys is creating a commitment factor. One of my goals that I talk about on my blog is losing weight. And obviously I have a journal that I write about every single week, talking about some of my progress, some of the changes that I'm going through, and my struggle for losing weight and exercising and all of that stuff. In order for me to achieve that goal that's going to take me maybe several months or maybe a year or more, it is obviously boiling down to exercising every single day to lose that weight and to get that figure that I'm striving for in the first place. And obviously having a commitment is incredibly important and is going to help you with sticking to those habits in the first place. And the best way for me to have that commitment is by answering a very simple question. Why? Why do you want to achieve this goal? Why is this so important to you? This is a very key question for me because obviously I have to tie it back into a personal reason, a deep personal reason that I feel actually invested in achieving. The problem that I ran into last year when I was making those monthly goal videos was, even though I cared a little bit about those goals and I shared some reasons behind it, I wasn't really invested in them. I didn't really have someone to keep me accountable from week to week. And I lost my mood, or I lost the feeling of doing those, whatever those goals were, like a week or two in. So it's important to stay committed and to have a really strong reason that is not going to be beaten down by like a simple excuse or your doubts or whatever. It's something that you have to do no matter what, because you know that it's something that is going to give you meaning at some point in time in the future if you do the things that you need to be doing right now. And honestly, those three elements have really helped me out in changing my own life in the form of goal setting. And I feel those are the really main things that are important when it comes to setting goals and listing your own goals in the first place. But of course, this is my own preferences, and some other people might look at this system and say it might be weak for some of them, and they might make some adjustments. And that's okay. That's all right. And in fact, it's actually a good thing if you want to be making some modifications to my system or to some other systems that are out there. At the end of the day, what really matters is you are achieving your own goals, and you're achieving them in your own way.